Sorry, but what the f even was this anniversary broadcast, and why is no one talking about how kinda lame it was? For what's supposed to be the biggest license reveal in the game's history, getting a PAX East hour-long slot is a massive honor. But with all of that hype, the most excited the crowd ever was for the FNAF movie crossover and Geralt's feet. This won't be a long video, I'm just going over my unfiltered thoughts on this incredibly lame broadcast because no one else will. I was looking forward to the 9th for months, and being on the West Coast meant I had to drag my ass out of bed and onto my computer at 7:30 in the morning to hop onto a Discord call and watch it in the morning before classes. I hadn't gotten up that early to watch a live stream since the Wings and Boogie fight, who remembers that? But you know, it's Dead by Daylight, man, I love this game. The 2024 broadcast, while having some cringy and pointless moments, was actually kind of a blast with a ton of hype moments and real value. This wasn't. So let's start with the elephant in the room. Five Nights at Freddy's. As generic of an answer as it is, if you asked me before the reveal what license I'd want to see in the game the most, I would have said Five Nights at Freddy's. I was a FNAF kid, of course. I like the franchise, at least most of it. It's especially hype because Springtrap is by far the best character design from the entire series, coming from FNAF 3, which is my personal favorite, for actually requiring you to use the cameras instead of just pressing the same combination of buttons for 10 minutes straight like the others. Alright, cool, so we got him. So what's his power? Does it include a jump scare? Oh, I hope it's unique.
So the animatronic, today we won't go into the power or the perks.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not revealing a lot.
Like, look, I'm sure the power will be great. They haven't really fucked up a killer since Skull Merchant over 2 years ago, but seriously? This is like the main draw of the stream. They're not even showing what he actually does? Like, all we get is a video of him walking around with generic horror static. Like, yes, I know what Springtrap looks like. This doesn't tell me anything. Alright, fine, at least the Survivor will be cool, right? I mean, I get the franchise doesn't have the biggest selection of normal human characters, but maybe it's Henry, maybe Michael Afton, and oh, there is no Survivor. Sorry, but isn't this supposed to be like the biggest chapter ever? We don't even get a Survivor? I mean, Survivors aren't terribly important, but for such a huge license that will bring so many new players to the game, there's no iconic FNAF Survivors? Pretty much every new player in this game starts with Survivor, because it just makes sense. I know I did. And with so many fans coming, they're not going to be able to play a Survivor based on the franchise they're here for? Resident Evil had two, twice. Okay, well at least we'll finally get another indoor map, right? I mean, think of the possibilities. It could be like all the pizzerias stitched together. We haven't gotten an indoor map since 2021 with RPD, which is insanity. We're long overdue for another one. We only have one indoor map in the entire game that's not licensed. I thought Alien would add a cool one, but instead it's just a boring ship area with a massive wasteland of garbage, giving you nothing to work with as Survivor, but making the map so big that it's just hell for low mobility killers. Just play Blight. Surely this one will be a great indoor map. Okay, yeah, I'll stop fucking around. It's just Greenville with a pizzeria setting. I really hope this main building is massive, because if we get another spooky forest map with a main building that has one generator so the killer never goes near it, even though the main building is the coolest part of the map by far, it'll do such a disservice to such a promising license. When I think of FNAF, I think of enclosed spaces, but this is like partially outdoors, it seems. Okay, but enough with FNAF. I mean, I'm sure I'll be fine. They're putting their A-team on this, right? Not even Fortnite has access to such a legendary license. It's such a modern license too compared to the others. It will do such great things for the game. But why not even show Springtrap's power? I remember how hyped I was seeing Vecna's power and hearing them explain it. It sounded so cool, and it was really cool. He's been part of my killer rotation since he came out, and I don't even know who he is. He's just anorexic Thanos. I have no attachment to this character because I'm not 40. But FNAF is a chapter for us Zoomers, and they're not even going into detail about anything. I feel like a lot of this was because of the restrictions of PAX East. Last anniversary stream was so much better and way more promising because they were able to sit their asses in Canada and had full control over everything. It was twice the length and just way more interesting to watch, since it wasn't just two balding dudes sitting on a stage. It actually revealed a ton of incredibly hype information that made me feel like it was worth my time. It has half the views, by the way, despite coming out a year ago. I remember when I was in the call and they announced 2v8, everyone lost their shit. It was such a massive deal, and it still is. 2v8 is some of the most fun you can have in DBD, and even people who hate the game and dropped it still come back when another iteration of 2v8 comes around. This stream had nothing close to a jaw-dropping moment like that. Not even that stupid Springtrap skin that everyone lost their shit over, because it's a skin, it's not gameplay. This was supposed to be like the biggest live stream in DBD history, honestly, but I guess we'll have to wait a little longer to figure out what Springtrap even does, which doesn't build suspense for the hype or whatever, it just makes me feel robbed. Also, side note, the name the animatronic is just stupid. I think the attraction fits him way better. It would be like if the Singularity was called the Robot. It's just dumb. It's such a cookie cutter name, but anyways, I feel like nothing in the stream was revealed that I didn't already know. And that's not because I'm heavily into leaks or whatever. They just didn't have that wow factor. It was just kind of lame. They didn't even go over the new anniversary event or any upcoming new modifiers, which is a real shame because the last modifier we actually got was 2v8 over a year ago. Think about that for a second. Like, I know last year was focused on modifiers and new game modes, and this year is focused on quality of life. And I'm glad they're doing that, truly. But the last anniversary also talked about tons of quality of life changes like the finisher Mori, and things like the anti-camp and FOV slider came out around that time too. I feel like this entire broadcast was just missing the flashiness and pizzazz of the previous ones, which was 100% due to the limitations of being shot at PAX East, and not just them in their office with full creative control. Like, even the intro and stuff before the stream was just way cooler last time. It played DBD themes in the background, asked trivia, had montages of developers and content creators, had the developers reacting to stuff, and this time it was just a countdown for 15 minutes. The only real highlight was FNAF, and it was just kind of lame. Like, what else did they even talk about in this hour? Quality of life changes we already knew about? More cosmetics? Please add the frowny face back. The Witcher? I mean, it's cool, but it's just more cosmetics. The Walking Dead was cool, I guess. It's not bad, but there's seriously, like, no big mode to show off? No huge changes? Like, think about what videos we're talking about after the Aether stuff came out. 2v8, a massive chapter with a survivor, with interesting perks, by the way. The new anniversary event, which was incredibly fun, by the way. Huge improvements to the game that we didn't know were coming. The casting of Frank Stone, the PvE game, which got canceled, the other PvE game, which was shit, but like, you still get my point, right? There was just so much more here. In this one, people are talking about Springtrap, obviously, The Walking Dead, which is just survivors, The Witcher, which is just cosmetics, and Matthew Lillard, which is just a cosmetic. And we get some weird Coomer drag shit as well. Okay, cool, it's another skin over-sexualizing Huntress when that doesn't fit her personality at all. We need more skins for the Fang Men of Killers. Surely there aren't enough, no one else needs them, considering all this community seems to care about anymore are fucking skins and cosmetics. I mean, you should get it by now. I expected so much more from what was supposed to be the game's biggest event ever. This wasn't even unrealistic expectations. I was basing it off of last year's anniversary and how big the license actually is. But okay, I'll stop being a doomer. On the bright side, they did say they would go more into Springtrap in an upcoming stream. When that is, they still haven't revealed. I don't get why you couldn't have at least showed a snippet of his power to get people excited, but let's just show him T-posing in a hallway with a shitty static filter instead, I guess. That upcoming stream is probably what I'm looking for, because they can actually do what they want without worrying about time constraints. But still, it was a real disappointment, and no one's talking about this. It wasn't all bad. I really liked the part where Matthew Cote talked about the history of DBD and their tiny little booth with 30 developers. That really put things into perspective, considering they have this license now. And the idea of a community-made killer in Survivor for the next anniversary is an amazing and thematically appropriate idea. I really, really liked that. The Easter egg reveal of The Walking Dead was also incredibly clever, and it's unlike anything we've really seen before from them. But I just wanted more, man. Once the hype of seeing Springtrap wears off, we'll realize how nothing this broadcast actually was. Like, cool, we have The Witcher. It's more skins for Michaela and Sable, naturally. Some of the stuff they revealed, like being able to queue during killer queues in 2v8 and the next 2v8 after the upcoming one, got me very excited, but not much else did. I'm still positive this will be a great anniversary for DBD, because they've never really messed one up. But this broadcast sure didn't paint it that way. I just thought it'd be more than just another anniversary event. I get getting a time slot at PAX East is a huge deal, but for the next one, I honestly think it would be better for everyone if they just stayed at home. Anyways, that's about it for me. Did anyone else find this broadcast, like, really lame, or was it just me? It's probably just me, because I'm cynical and stuff, but not usually towards this game. I hope the year 10 anniversary shows our community-made abomination of a killer doing a Gmod default walk through a hallway, and explaining his power 3 years later in another stream that they haven't even revealed the date for yet. Sounds like a great way to drum up hype, right? Oh, but wait, he has a skin where Matthew Cote is wearing his body as a suit. You're excited now, right?